guys, it's Bella and welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I have my May monthly plans me. So this is using the Corner Cafe kit from Caress Press. And as always, I do pick it up in the undated format on Premium Matte. And I did pick the Fashion Girl for the sidebar. I believe it was the medium skin tone with brown hair. So yes, and then here is the kit, same format as I have been using for the entire year. And I've really been loving the consistency of like just using Caress Press kits every month and also having the matching like insert cover as well for the like tab. And then for foil this month, I picked up Olive from Planner Pixie Co. So here is what I have left from the sheet. And then as always, I have put the base down. And I really love how this turned out. And then I did make my little sampler for myself with some icons and scripts, which you'll see later in the spread that I actually forgot to put a script on the little sampler that I made. And I don't know how I missed that because normally I like thoroughly check when I'm doing it because I do pull the scripts from sheets that I've already like designed. So I make 2 script sheets for myself every year, which is my like sort of holidays and important dates sort of sheet, and then my like astrology sheet. And then, yeah, I sort of pull from that to make my little sampler each month. So yeah, don't know how I missed this script that I missed, but I did sort of work around it. And I will be double checking all of my other sheets moving forward to make sure that I don't do that again. But yeah, so starting off on the first, I marked in that it was payday. So I used the payday flag and then the little money sign icon that I made for myself on that little sampler. So yeah, and then I can't remember if I put the Hello May as well, but I do always put like the little hello month script, even though I know which month we're in, but it just, I don't know, I have that script and I just want to use it. I also just marked in that my Babe Box subscription billed that month on that day. So yeah, so I think I put the Hello May script in later once I decide that I want to put it in, but yes. Then on the second, I marked in that I went to get my hair done. So I just got my hair cut and had a treatment and everything. So I used the really cute like haircut girl from Fox and Cactus for that, and one of these squared off boxes. Then on the third, I marked in receiving some paper mail from Plannerface. I also had my ENT appointment, which was super nerve-wracking, but I'm really glad that it went the way that it did. So I do talk about that more in my plan of me for that week. But yeah, basically, like I had a lot of ear problems and things over the previous years, and I finally got to see a specialist, and he basically told me that yes, I have certain issues with my ears, but it's not really from anything to do with my ears or like my sinuses or anything, but actually from my jaw, because I clench my jaw quite a bit unintentionally. So yeah, so now when I go to the dentist in a couple of weeks time, I'm going to discuss the possibility of getting like Botox for my jaw, for my TMJ. So yeah. And then I just marked in Pluto retrograde as well with one of those scripts that I made for myself. And then for my ENT, I used this sticker from Stick of the Plan, and then for my Happy Mail, I just used one of the stickers from the sampler that I made. And then for the fourth, I marked in that it was the beginning of the Giro d'Italia. So I again just used a sticker from the sampler that I made. And then here I decided to add in the Hello May script. Then on the 5th, I marked in that I finished watching Awkward because I had rewatched all 5 seasons. 5 seasons? 4 seasons? 5 seasons. Yes. So that was sort of my like what I'd been binge watching for the past few months, and I finally finished season 5 that day, or season 4. I can never remember how many seasons. I think it was season 5. But anyways, so I used the like cute little binge watch sticker from Carly Plans. I also marked in that my Amazon Prime billed that day. So I just used the little like credit card icon from the kit. Then on the 6th, I marked in that I had a sick day because I had a really bad migraine. So I just used the like headache migraine sort of sticker from Stick with the Plan for that, and again just used a squared off box to take up most of the space because that was really sort of the main event for the day. Then on the 7th, I marked in that I had dinner at my dad's house because I don't do that all the time. I do it like every sort of like once in a while. So yeah, I used the knife and fork from Paper K. I received some Happy Mail from Fox and Cactus that day, so I used the emoji holding like all the mail. It's really funny. And then I just marked in some K-pop releases. So BM and Kyungsu had solo releases that day, so I just used one of those like smaller like mini boxes and the headphone sticker that I made. So then on the 8th, maybe, hang on, what am I doing? I think I changed my mind as to what I wanted to use. There we go. Yes. I think I like originally was going to do something else, and then I decided to do the mini box. Okay. Then moving on to the 8th, I marked in the new moon in Taurus. So I used the moon sticker from the little sampler that I made, and then also the script that I made for myself. I marked in that I received happy mail from Stick with the Planner Co, and also that the handyman came to fix a few drawers and things in the house that day. So for the happy mail, I used the little cute envelope from 𝚜𝚑𝚘𝚗𝚗𝚑, and then for the handyman, I used the house icon from the kit, and then I already mentioned, but I did use the little moon from the sample that I made, and then the script for the moon event. I think here I'm just switching things up because I didn't like how I did things. I don't know. I was in a funk this day when I was planning. I was sort of like, I don't know. I was like half distracted, half paying attention to what I was doing. So I feel like I made like a few mistakes here and there. But yeah, I also was trying my best not to have like the same colors all together. And I think I did an okay job of that because I try to do like a pattern when I do these spreads. And I was also trying not to use like too many labels and have a bit of white space in there as well. So yeah, but here I am just putting in all of the icons, and then we will move on to the other side. As always, I fill everything in off camera. I just find it a lot easier to do it that way. I know some people like to write on camera, but yeah, I just don't, because one, I hyper focus on like, oh, what does my handwriting look like, da, 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 da. And I kind of already hate my handwriting as it is. But yeah, and also like I'm like, oh, what if I get so into the zone that I write the wrong thing, which does happen. So yeah, that's why I just prefer to write off camera, and I can take my time with it and sort of just like enjoy the spread. And yeah, so then on the 9th I marked in getting my nails done, which these were my like cherry nails that I got for Mother's Day. And then I marked in my phone bill, so for the nail polish sticker, that is from Planner Face, and then the phone icon was from the kit. And then for the 10th, it was the time trial for the Giro, which was super exciting. Like the time trials, I feel like are always sort of like the best part of any like cycling tour. So like the 3-week races and stuff like that. Like the time trials are always the most exciting part, I feel like. So yeah, so I used the bike sticker from Carly Plans for that, and then I just used a deco box on the 11th because I didn't have anything to mark. And then the 12th was Mother's Day, so I just used a label and then the Mother's Day script that I had made. And then I do fill all the gaps in with deco and stuff at the end of the spread. I think here's where I messed up and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. So I started putting Monday's plans on Sunday, which I have done before. If you watch my February plan with me, my February monthly, I did that quite a bit. But eventually I realized what I was doing, and then I fixed it, and I luckily didn't get too far. But I was like, what am I doing? And then I sort of move it to Monday. But yeah, part of the reason for that is because this planner, like the monthlies are Sunday to Saturday, and my digital planner, my monthlies are Monday to Sunday. So yeah, my brain sometimes doesn't make the switch, and I think I was sort of like just very engrossed in whatever I was listening to, because I listen to YouTube videos while I plan. Usually it's like plan with me's and things, but sometimes I will have, video essays or like K-pop related videos like photo card storing and all those kinds of things that are a bit longer. So yeah, I think I was listening to Plan of These at this point. I think I was watching like SPC's Plan of Me playlist sort of thing. So yeah, I was like just engrossed in whatever Andrea was saying and I wasn't paying attention. So here is where I fixed that. Then on the 13th, I marked in that my health insurance was due, so I used the $ icon from the kit. I also marked in that our house repairs began that day, and I got my flu vaccine at work. So I used the stethoscope from the little doodle sampler for the flu vaccine, and then for the repairs, I used the keys from the honeybee shop for that, because yeah, we basically had to move to the other unit while our unit was being fixed, and then we didn't basically move back in until I think it was like September. So yeah, wild ride that was. But I will talk about that more sort of like throughout the upcoming months of like videos, if that makes sense. Like obviously I'm going to try and catch up as fast as I can, but you'll see like in all my spreads sort of leading up to when we move back, I'll talk about different things in the process because it was a bit of a nightmare. But anyways, the 15th was payday, and then the 14th I just added in another deco box because nothing really happened. Then the 16th I went and got a facial, which I actually have to rebook and not rebook, I have to book another one soon because I haven't been since May. And I love my esthetician. She's so funny. And she always makes getting a facial like just super enjoyable. And I love like how my skin feels and everything afterwards. And I really don't go like as much as I should, but yes. So I need to book another facial before the end of the year. But yeah, I used that Spa Day sticker from Planning Like a Pro. I don't know if that shop is still open. I need to double check that, but super old stickers that I've had in my collection for a while. So yeah, I also just marked in that I didn't do anything on the 17th with a cute little pattern box. And then on the 18th, I marked in that I took house photos because this is part of like the fiasco, I guess, of like the whole repairs and whatnot. But basically, we moved into another unit in the same complex, and the property manager was like, yeah, I'm going to do a thorough inspection before and da-da-da-da. And we found like a bunch of things that were just like wrong, like things that were broken, like damaged and dirty and stuff that like the previous tenants hadn't, either cleaned or stuff that they hadn't noted as to be repaired, so it was just like a whole thing. So yes, I had to take some photos, and then we sent it like via email to the property manager, and they sort of organized people to come and fix the things that they could fix. And it was just, I don't know, it was just one of the many things that happened. So I just used the camera sticker from Carly Plans, even though technically I used my phone camera. I just thought it was easier to use a little like camera sticker. So yes, then on the 19th, my Canva Pro subscription build, and then the 20th is where I actually needed the script that I didn't have. So I marked in that Gemini season began, and like I said, normally I would have a script for that, but for some reason I just completely didn't realize that I didn't put it on my sampler, or like maybe I had it and like I was rearranging my sheet and then I just completely forgot about it. And yeah, I don't know. So I did have to write that in, which I didn't really like, but I did my best, and I ended up just using the bow icon from the kit. Then on the 21st, again, just used a deco box because I didn't do anything that day. The 22nd, I went and got a pedicure, so I used the nail polish from Carly Plans, and my Spotify premium build that day, so I used the credit card icon that I made. Then the 23rd, I had a waxing appointment, and it was also the full moon in Sagittarius. So again, I just marked the moon phase sort of the same way that I have been with the little like crescent moon sticker that I made for myself and the script. And then, like I said, I had a waxing appointment, so I used the waxing sticker from Ticklebit Planning. Super cute, and I just thought the colors really matched with the kit because I don't normally use them because the like wax strip is like this sort of greenish color, but it really matched with this sort of like, yeah, greeny gold color that was in the kit and like in art and everything. So yeah, then the 24th I marked in that we had pizza night because it's not something we do very often, so just thought it was cute, and I also have stickers for it, so why not? So yes, just used a small label and the pizza girl from Paper K. And then on the 25th, I'm trying to talk too fast, I also had another sick day because I had really bad joint pain and I could like barely move, so I wasn't really going to be able to stand at work for 8 hours. And I had to get an online medical certificate, which is that was an interesting experience. But yeah, so literally just like lied in bed all day, just rotting because I couldn't move because my knees and my hips and everything were just so sore. So I used the knee pain sticker from Paper K for that. Then on the 26th, I marked in that it was sorry day. And then I also marked in that Mum and I went to buy baby gifts for one of her co-workers. So yeah, that was super exciting because I think she was having like a going away sort of like morning tea like before she went on maternity leave. So my mum wanted to buy a few things to give to her during that. Then on the 27th, I marked in that aespa had their comeback, which I believe this was their first like full album because they had previously released mini albums, which to be fair, not my favorite release. Like I liked the 2 songs that were like the singles, so like the pre-release and then the title track, but I didn't really vibe with the B-sides as much as I normally do. So that was interesting. They are having a comeback in October, so hopefully I like that release a bit more. But yeah, just use the headphone icon, the headphones emoji from Cosmos Co. Then on the 28th, I marked in that I received happy mail from Adore Beauty because I ordered some skincare. And then Treasure had a like digital single release, which hopefully will be on their next album. And then we watched the finale of The Veil. So again, emoji from the 𝚜𝚑𝚘𝚗𝚙𝚜 Co, and then the Disney Plus sticker is from Carly Plans. Then the 29th was payday, because May was one of those months where I got 3 paydays, which was super exciting. And then our yoga membership came out that day, which I think I've mentioned this in a few videos, but we've sort of been a bit hit or miss with that, but we're trying to get back into it. So hopefully I'll be able to mark in doing yoga in my weekly spreads a lot more than I have been. Then on the 30th was super exciting. I was preparing for my car settlement because I had gotten like my finance and everything redone, I think the week prior, because I got like a message basically saying that my car was going to arrive, and so like I had to redo all my like financing stuff, and then yeah, like preparing for settlement. So I got like my plate number, I had to do like my insurance and just like different things like that. But yeah, so super exciting, because then I did end up picking up my new car the following week, I believe, after the public holiday for WA Day. So yeah, and then on the 31st, there was a bunch of K-pop releases. So Suho, Artemis, and ATEEZ all had releases. So I used the like podcast girl from Fox and Cactus, and then for my car, I used the pencil icon from Paper K, and then the car sticker from the little doodle sampler that I made. And then here I'm just trying to finagle the sticker because I cut it really badly when I trimmed it originally, but just a little bit of deco to finish off the spread. And then yeah, here is everything all filled in. I did add in the deco pieces to fill in the gaps wherever there was a lot of white space, or just, you know, yeah, gaps. And then I did fill everything in with my pen. I think I'm just like struggling to, what was I talking about? I don't even know. Apologies for this being like very zoomed out. I think I was like messing with my camera, but yes, I did use my Sharpie S gel, and then I did use my typo pen, I believe, to write on the paper, possibly. I think I'm just like over explaining this, but yes, here we are. So yeah, here is the finished spread, and then here is my currently page and my dashboard. So yeah, did add in the little bit of deco that I could at the top there, and then we will flick through my spread. So we have the first week, which was the 29th to the 5th. This is using the Force from Linen Designs and the matching 4 bundle in Burnt Sienna. I do have a plan of me on this spread, but yeah, really, really fun week. Received some happy mail. I went to the ENT. Just a bunch of things that happened this week. I was watching Awkward, which I think this is when I started season 5. So yes, then we have the week of Mother's Day. So this is I'm trying to talk way too fast. This is She Shed from Planner Pixie Co, and then the Butterfly Bundle from Planner Choco. So yeah, really, really cute spread for Mother's Day. I really enjoy how this turned out. Like I love how like just airy this is, and the colors and everything, and obviously like the crafty theme, which reminds me of my mom, because she is very much a crafter. Like she loves knitting and sewing and everything like that. So I do have a plan of me on that. Then we have this spread, which was the Relax subscription from the Honeybee Shop, which was the January 2024 sub. And then I did also pour in some foil from Planner Choco and plan of these stickers on the sidebar. But yeah, really, really love how this turned out, because this format is different to what the current subs are. So it's like, yeah, I had to sort of make a couple of full boxes and whatnot, but I do really love how this turned out. I didn't film this one, but I love the pops of yellow and sort of being able to use some of those yellow stickers in my collection. And then here is the final spread. So this was Coffee Break, I believe is what it was called, by Scribble Prince Co. So this was previously a mystery kit that Andrea then reformatted. And then I did use the coffee bundle from Planner Choco in like a brown foil. So yeah, again, didn't film this one, did it off camera, but I do really, really love how it turned out. It looks very full because I had a ton of labels and things, because I did have the ultimate kit, so I had a bit more like wiggle room to play with in terms of like label sizes and things like that. But yeah, do really, really love how this turned out. So that is May in my planner. As always, I do have all these spreads on my Instagram, so you can see them sort of in closer detail. I'm still trying to decide if I want to do maybe like a half yearly flip through, or if I'll do one like at the end of the year, like a proper talk through, flip through, so I can sort of like explain what happened every week, especially for the weeks that I didn't like film. But yeah, that is it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one, which will be my June lineup.